गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। अभी तक आप लोगों ने दो लिमिट टेस्ट पढ़े हैं, क्लोराइड एंड सल्फेट। अगर उन दोनों लिमिट टेस्ट को देखें तो बोथ ऑफ देम वर बेस्ड ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ पॉपुलेशन और द टर्बिडिटी। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द थर्ड लिमिट टेस्ट, दैट इज द लिमिट टेस्ट ऑफ आयरन. This limit test is based on the principle of the color. दोनों लिमिट टेस्ट क्लोराइड सल्फेट they were based on the observation of turbidity of populations. This limit test is based on the observation of the color, and the color here observed is the purple. So let's see first of all what is happening in this limit test. First of all, I would like to tell you the chemicals that are required for the limit test of iron. They are mainly thioglycolic acid, citric acid and ammonia. Please recall them: thioglycolic acid, citric acid and ammonia. So first of all, we should have the clarity why we are using these three chemicals, or what is the role of these three chemicals. So first of all, the structures. You can see the structure of mercaptoacetic acid. Why I am using the word mercaptoacetic acid? Because this is the synonym of the thioglycolic acid. So first of all, recall the structure of thioglycolic acid. I am drawing here. You know, everyone knows this. This is the structure of acetic acid. If I replace its one hydrogen with thiol group, it becomes thiomercaptoacetic acid, and this is the structure of thioglycolic acid. Second is the citric acid. It is tricarboxylic acid. So we will discuss its role, why it is required in the limit test of iron. And third is the ammonia. So the structure of ammonia is very easy, NH3. So let's start with the limit test of iron. If you look upon the valence of iron, iron exists in two oxidation state, +2 and +3. +2 oxidation state is called ferrous, +3 oxidation state is called ferric. So as an impurity, this iron can be present either as ferrous or as a ferric. Now, if it is present ferrous, no C. But if it is present as a ferric, then we have to convert ferrous into the ferric into the ferrous. And this role is accomplished by the thioglycolic acid. So this is the one role of thioglycolic acid, that it reduces ferric form into the ferrous. So my dear students, remember here, thioglycolic acid is used to reduce ferric form of iron into the ferrous form. Here you can see the reaction. This is thioglycolic acid. It is making a complex dimer with this, and it is converting ferrous into the ferric into the ferrous. So first role is the reduction, or it is acting as a reducing agent. Here thioglycolic acid is having one more role. So in the limit test of iron, thioglycolic acid is having two roles. The first role is the reduction, or as a reducing agent. Second role, it makes a complex. Please remember, it makes a complex with the ferrous. It makes a complex with the ferrous. Now after reduction, in our sample we will have only the ferrous form. So this thioglycolic acid makes a complex with the ferrous. Here you can see the coordinate bonds. So it is making the complex. Now there is a very good point here. The name of this complex is the ferrous thioglycolate. This complex is known as the ferrous thioglycolate. So now I hope you must have understand what is the role of thioglycolic acid in the limit test of the iron. Now very interesting fact, this ferrous thioglycolate is colorless, and we are talking about the color. Initially I told you that we are comparing the color, but once more I am telling this ferrous thioglycolate is colorless, but it is colorless in acidic or neutral medium. So it is colorless in acidic or neutral medium. So now we can guess the role of the ammonia. By virtue, ammonia is alkaline in nature. As soon as we will add ammonia to our solution, the solution becomes alkaline, and this colorless complex changes into purple colored complex. Purple colored complex. So here we can justify the role of ammonia. Ammonia simply make the solution alkaline so that our colorless ferrous thioglycolate can be converted into the colored purple colored complex. So here I have told you the role of thioglycolic acid as well as the role of the ammonia. Now let's the citric acid. Why we are using the citric acid? So students, remember here, as soon as we add ammonia, ammonia not only react, change the color, or not only make the system alkaline, but it also react with the iron, and it is a disadvantage or demerit. So ammonia, apart from making the solution alkaline, is getting reacted with the iron, and that is an undesired part. So to overcome this issue, we use the citric acid. So citric acid is used to prevent the complex between iron and ammonia. So this is the role of citric acid. Citric acid is used to make or to prevent the complex between iron and ammonia. Citric acid react with ammonia to make the ammonium citrate. So therefore it prevent the interference. It prevent the interference with the limit test, and thus enhances the sensitivity of the limit test. So here I have told you why we are using three chemicals: thioglycolic acid, citric acid, and the ammonia. So role of all these three reagents is very clear. Thioglycolic acid is having twofold roles. First is reduction, and second is the making complex with ferrous iron form. Ammonia make the system or alkaline, solution alkaline. Citric acid to prevent the reaction between iron and the ammonia. Now we can define the limit test of iron in a single statement, that the limit test of iron depend on the reaction between thioglycolic acid and iron in presence of ammonia and citric acid. So let me recall it once more. Limit test of iron depends on the reaction of iron with thioglycolic acid in the presence of citric acid and ammonia. तो बच्चों, अभी तक मैंने आपको बताया था कि आयरन के लिमिट टेस्ट में हम लोग क्या क्या रिएजेंट्स इस्तेमाल करते हैं और क्यों इस्तेमाल करते हैं. अब मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि इसमें हम लोग इस एक्सपेरिमेंट को कैसे प्रोसीड करते हैं या इसका प्रोसीजर क्या होता है. तो क्लोराइड और सल्फेट की तरह ही यहाँ पर हम दो नेशनल सिलेंडर लेते हैं one NASA cylinder is labeled as S and it is known as the standard. Another NASA cylinder is labeled as T and it is known as the test. In standard NASA cylinder that is labeled S, we take 2 ml iron standard solution. The strength of this iron standard solution is 20 ppm. Remember, we are taking iron standard solution 2 ml of the strength 20 ppm. Now I will tell how we prepare this 20 ppm iron standard solution. For this, we took 0.1726% 0.1726% weight by volume solution of ferric ammonium citrate. We took 0.1726% weight by volume solution of ferric ammonium citrate, not in water, in 0.05 molar sulfuric acid solution. So to make 20 ppm iron standard solution, what we are taking, we are requiring 0.05 molar sulfuric acid. In that, we are making a solution of ferric ammonium citrate of the strength 0.1726%. Now from this solution, we will take 1 ml and we will dilute it with 10 ml distilled water. So thus we can prepare iron standard solution of 20 ppm. And this method is available or has been taken from the Indian Pharmacopoeia. So all the limit test, whatever I am telling you, the methods or the principle or the theory, all the content has been taken from the Indian Pharmacopoeia, from the various editions like 1966, 1985, 1996. Now, in the NASA cylinder that is labeled T, we will take the specified quantity of the sample. Now, here I am not mentioning any quantity or any volume. Why it is? It is because it will vary sample to sample as mentioned in the Indian Pharmacopoeia. If for example, if I took example of magnesium sulfate, the procedure will vary. If I took the example of aspirin, the amount and the procedure will again differ. If I took paracetamol, again the procedure, quantity and volume will vary. So that's why I have mentioned clearly, take specified quantity of the sample mentioned in the individual monograph. So that whatever is mentioned in the individual monograph, accordingly we will take the quantity. Now we are having both the NASA cylinder ready. Now whatever we will do in both the NASA cylinder, it will be the similar. So in both the NASA cylinder, we are adding 2 ml of 20% citric acid solution. You know already why we are using citric acid. I have told it earlier. So add 2 ml of 20% citric acid solution. Follow it. We will add 0.1 ml thioglycolic acid. Its sole is also clear. So we are adding 0.1 ml thioglycolic acid. Now complex is formed between iron and thioglycolic acid in presence of citric acid, but it will remain colored as. So to impart color, we will need ammonia. And how much ammonia we will require? We will require ammonia just sufficient to make it alkaline. जितना अमोनिया उसको अल्कालाइन करने के लिए चाहिए उतना ही अमोनिया ऐड करेंगे. Here quantity is not mentioned. It will depend on actual कि what quantity is required. So we will add this ammonia solution drop by drop. So we will add drop by drop this ammonia and simultaneously we will check its pH. So we will add ammonia until its pH becomes the alkaline, and the pH can be checked with the help of the pH paper or the litmus paper. So we will add ammonia till it becomes alkaline, and this addition is supposed to be drop by drop. Now as soon as it becomes alkaline, you will feel the change in color also. The solution that was colorless till now it will become the purple color if it contains iron. Remember my words, it will change only purple if it contains the iron, and for standard it must contain purple, because in standard we are necessarily taking the iron, so standard should be converted into the purple colored complex. Otherwise if it is not getting purple colored complex, means there is some mistake, so we have to check it. So standard color will immediately convert it into purple as soon as it become alkaline. Now test, color for test will depend. If it contain iron, it will become purple color. If it does not contain iron, it will remain the colorless. Now after this step, we will dilute boron cylinder up to 50 ml with the help of distilled water. Likewise, previous methods, we will use 2 separate glass rods to avoid contamination, and we will keep both the solutions for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes we will compare the color of both the solution of the test with the standard, and we will use our famous quote that if the color is in test is more than standard, it will fail the limit test. If it is less, it will pass the limit test. So it is our tagline for the limit test. We have to remember it. If it is more, it will fail. If it is less, it will pass. So thank you. I hope you must have understand the limit test of